Good evening. Welcome to Cooked Punts. Elliott's sick, so I've got the control panel tonight, so bear with me. Here's the boys. How are we doing, boys?
This is good, mate. Good.
It's going to
Come on,
be
fellas. How are we?
Evening.
Yeah.
Elliott,
Elliott, sick as a dog. I've actually got a picture of him in hospital. Looks like he's trimmed his beard up a bit. Poor bloke, he'll be better soon. Right, how are we doing this week?
Yeah, good, mate. Good. Well, as good as we can with that shithouse weekend that we had.
Another terrible weekend.
Fuck, I don't even think we made it out of Friday's games, did we?
I actually did, believe it or not. I think my punters made it all the way till Sunday, but fell short like we always do.
I think it gets to like every Sunday, and I'm sitting there and I'm feeling really down, and I'm thinking I got to throw the towel in and not do this anymore. And then Thursday, and then payday rolls around.
Monday morning,
back on.
Monday morning pops up. I was like, why do I do this shit? Like, I can't see the light at the end of the tunnel.
Yeah. I did have a couple of wins.
Talk about a bit of shit that happened on the weekend. I think it was just after the show last week. These fellas went at it, and it was a bit of a flop, wasn't it?
Fucking hell!
Bit of a waste of money.
I wonder what the odds were. I wonder what the odds were paying on Gallen to knock him out first round. It would have been pretty high, I imagine.
Surely over $10. Surely,
yeah,
because Gallen was the outsider.
We did have him in our multis to lead them off, so he definitely didn't let the boys down.
Yeah,
which is good.
Luckily, there were some real fights on the weekend too. The UFC was probably one of the wildest UFC days I've seen. I haven't been a fan for that long compared to some other people, but some pretty wild shit happened. So kicking off with this. That's probably the least one of the least brutal photos I could find of it. I'm sure everyone's heard about it. But fuck me. Old mate Uriah Hall must have quads or a leg of steel to break old mate's leg, but I think the same thing happened to Weidman.
Do you know the story at all behind that, or do you want me to
I briefly know it. Go for it.
So he beat Anderson Silva back in the day to take his title reign. It was like a knockout. Anderson Silva was fucking around. Anyway, they rematched. Anderson Silva broke his leg on Chris Weidman's leg, which had only ever happened like once before. And then how the tables turn, and then Chris
Weidman by the steel leg, you die by the steel leg.
Blows his leg out.
There's also a bit of this as well. Masvidal got absolutely floored. Big fan
Street
of him,
Jesus,
but
man.
He took it well, the Street Jesus. But
he got baptized, right?
Usman is a beast.
I'm a big fan of Street Jesus, man. Freaking, he was a gentleman in defeat.
He was. He talked a lot of shit too.
After a bit, he talked a massive game. But
and that's even harder to be a gentleman after you've talked a heap of shit in the lead up. So
hats off to that, eh? I couldn't do it, man. I'm freaking, anyway, moving on.
Yeah, let's get into some locks, eh? Scotty, we'll start off with yours.
All right. Chuck her up. Well, look.
Sweet, where am I at, dude? Thank you.
Yeah, let me figure this out.
I'm sticking to our usual model of our 2 to 20 lock odds here. Just going to stick with my pattern of trying to pick out what I think are the easiest games to pick for the week. Look at that down. And then just picking an easy try scorer. So we're going South Sydney Rabbiteers with Alex Johnson to score. Storm with Addo Carr. The Roosters with Brett Morris, and the Dragons with their newly blessed winger, Matthew. Don't know how to say that last name, so not even going to try. Fegay?
You Fegay.
But that should string you together $20.30. So I reckon a pretty safe-ish multi, a winger, and the favourite for 4 games.
Yours isn't too far off from mine, man. I really I like that, actually. It's probably for the same reasons I've picked mine.
Who's got again?
Shit, I can't.
I remember thinking I wasn't going to go near it.
Oh, Tigers, isn't it West? They're playing West.
Okay. Yeah. It's crazy the Tigers are copping so much shit after what they did with the Rabbitohs. Like, I don't know. I didn't even watch the game, but did the Rabbitohs just have a bad day? Like, Tigers has been unlucky. I don't know.
I just think it's the style.
Tigers suck, man. I think they're hell boring.
Yeah.
But I'm one man.
$20 and 30 cents for Scott's lock of the week. We'll get into Matt's now. There's
Mine. What have I got? So
with a boost.
Much like Scotty was just saying before, I only really back teams in my lock when they're paying like $7 or something like that against whoever. So obviously Melbourne Storm to absolutely touch up the Cronulla Sharks in a way they shouldn't with Josh Adokar across. I've noticed that I usually just back the top 4 or 5 try scorers and just chuck them into my locks because eventually they're going to come through, right? So
yeah.
So
Steve Crichton. Yeah, man, you roll the dice, man. Live by the dice.
Steve Crichton playing centers. He's back in the centers now.
I think he's not a full. He's not a fullback, is he?
No, Dylan Edwards was pretty good last week. I think he pulled up.
Yeah, pretty average. So Steve, Panthers against Manly. That'll hopefully be a whitewash as well. Panthers at home. Come on. Parramatta Eels, much the same. Canterbury Bulldogs. Did they get a win last week?
They did.
First of the year.
That was the upset. That was the upset, and that won't happen 2 weeks in a row. Lightning will not strike twice. However, like Becca, actually, this is for the next one. Sivo, you said he's a confidence player, and I agree 110% with that. And I feel like after the hat trick last week, Big Dog's he's hungry. He's chasing the meat pies, and a nice little way to end the lock with a Senor Brett Morris,
Old Faithful.
He's been quiet the last couple of weeks. I don't think he's scored for a couple of weeks, so he'd be due.
He's definitely due for a double.
He's due for a little juicy.
Grab my lock now.
Here we go. Hang on. So just Scotty's lock, $20. My lock, $10. Daniel Becker's lock, $99.56.
The locks of children, the lock of a man. That's what we've got here. We've got $99.56 kicking off with Cody Walker against the Raiders. I don't think the Raiders are going to win this week. I still think they've got a bit more. I just don't think they're going as well as if they were. I think it's just they could do with a different opponent this week. I think in terms of them clawing back to where they should be, where we all know they can be. So Cody Walker probably going to cross the line. Harry Grant, I think he's still on his way to his full potential. I think he's going to get there around halfway through the year. I'm hoping he gets over this weekend. Dave Fafita, need I say no more? I just can't remember a back rower scoring tries the way he is. Like that one off the tap where I think it looked like half the fucking team tried to tackle him. Yeah, it's just a
going against the Broncos, surely.
Yeah, he is this
king among
multi,
men,
and the defenders are your multis, basically. Nathan Cleary didn't score last week. I thought he was going to. I think he will this week. I know everyone thinks Manly are going really well, but I think it's going to be a big rude awakening for them this week.
Mate, you're a massive Cleary dick rider, eh? Like, this is like the 5th week in a row you've put him in your lock.
Yeah, it's going to be a really tough around Origin season when I have to, start hating him again. I fucking will, though, don't worry.
It'll be effortless.
And Clint Gutherson against the Dogs. He scores a lot of tries. He'll probably score a couple against the Dogs. And, $90.56 for your $1.
I think for the odds that's paying, it's like
that's not too bad.
I don't consider that a lock, but it's not bad. It's pretty good. Like considering it's paying 100 to 1. Like you get one of those.
I put a lot of thoughts into these things. It's nice to be recognised. Right. He is away. He is sick in bed in hospital.
He's a coward.
He's a coward.
The biggest.
Spineless coward.
Coward. But we will present his bet anyway, and I'll run through it real quickly because it's only 3 legs. It won't take us fucking long.
Disgusting.
But
grow a set. Honestly, where's your backbone?
Fucking hell.
It's pretty high odds for Elliott's lock. You'd often see him doing something divisible with 10 of that. But he's submitted a $3 lock before. But here we've got Dane Gagai, and we've got Jerome Hughes, Kalen Ponga. Elliott won't get off Kalen Ponga's dick, and I don't blame him. $34.09.
Good looking dick, man.
3 legs. 3 legs.
From the market for a dick, that's the dick you want.
Look, I'm going to retract my statement. I actually like that multi.
More look at it. Me too.
Elliott's. I I don't
I wonder
mind
how
the
much
other.
he fucking popped on it.
Oh,
You don't
Yeah, I
want
know.
yeah, maybe.
Pineapple?
He'll tell us if he wins. Put it that way.
Yeah, he won't. He
I
won't
might
say
get
it
on this one,
air.
eh?
Yeah.
Even more.
Now we had a bit of a carry on last week about coaches and who we'd bang and who we wouldn't bang, and the conversation carried on between the boys through all week. And we've got some tips on coaches we would shag and who we wouldn't. I'm going to go with Scotty's first. If you'd like to talk us through.
Yeah, look, I went the full hog
his
here.
Bang list.
It's my bang list. I went the full hog. I went 1 to 16 plus 1,000.
Bang him out, Daddy.
But,
Come on.
I think, it's pretty easy to say Barrett's at the top. Trent Barrett. He looks like
snap.
he looks after himself. He's got a beautiful tan and a luscious
Good set of hair. Great set
Good set of hair. Looks like he'd be nice to treat you well in that.
Yeah.
Pay for dinner
I
in
think
that.
he would. I think he would.
Yeah.
I think he would. You never. They were pretty good
Comes to
coin.
like
You'd hope so.
Your mum's birthday and shit.
Toddy Payton, I reckon that might be the ugly duckling into a swan scenario, because I swear to God, he was a rough-looking front rower, and he was looking pretty good at the presser the other week. I thought he's turned it around pretty well.
Something in those eyes, eh?
I was going to say the eyes, yeah. Like,
Yeah.
I Googled him closer this afternoon upon research, and I think he got me.
Now, I'm not going to go through every single number, but
I'm talking like 100 mil of blood went from here to... Yeah. For you to those that are listening and not watching, I was pointing at my bell end. Carry on, Scotty.
I decided to put all the angry fucks down the bottom. So we've gone Madge.
Don't like an angry man, Scott.
Nah, you want them to be tender, all right? We don't. Are
It's
those
not the
Craig
80s
Bellamy?
anymore, eh?
Craig
Men need to have
Bellamy-
feelings.
Ooh,
They do. He
no,
bucked
they
the
don't.
trend
Suppressed. Yeah.
because of his success. But yeah, I rounded it off with Bennett and Griffin for obvious reasons. And then at 1,000th, if he was still a coach, obviously bottom, mate.
Did he ever coach NRL?
Yeah, he
did,
coached the Panthers, didn't he?
He did, yeah, that's a while ago.
Yeah.
Yeah,
He was a
Panthers,
shit Blues
man.
coach. He lost a lot of games to the Blues, didn't he? Anyway.
I thought he had the
Toad-looking-
best winning streak for them. Isn't that why he always gets talked up?
Yeah.
I can't remember the last time they've
Not
Yeah,
now.
we're talking
Yeah.
shit out of our ass. But yeah.
Yeah.
Anyway. Nice list, Scotty. Anyway, Matt's coaches.
Yeah,
Matt's
look,
has got a
I
hot and a
couldn't
not.
I couldn't commit to the full 16, eh? It was something about
Fair
looking
enough,
at
I
all 16 men, and it's like, oh, what am I doing with my life? A few questions are asked, let's just say that. Kicking it off, much like Scotty, Trent Barrett. You know, I really can't add any more to the equation than Scotty already has. He's a good-looking sort. I guarantee he fucks. Well, at least he would have back in his heyday.
He's a dime, mate. He's a dime piece.
Yeah, 100%. Good coin. Like I was saying, be nice to you, treat you nice and that. Take you out, spoil you.
Yeah.
Moving on to Desi Hasler. Have we got any? Come on!
Look at the
Are you
loss on
kidding
him.
me, man?
He's
Desi
in my
Hasler. Look
lot.
at that bottom photo. I don't know if it's the
Yeah.
black and white or it's the lots, but
They
He's
don't
got a
make
neck
them
on
like
him.
that anymore, eh?
He's got a
No.
neck on him.
Yeah.
I'm like, fucking hell, look at that. Even the next, man, this is, yeah.
Let's get off
fucking
this.
hell.
All right, we're hanging around too long.
Right. It's enough. We might bring him back later.
Much like
There we go.
Becca, Ivan Cleary in my hot list for number 3. I think this might be riding the wave of his son. Nathan Cleary's that good. I had to throw the pupper in there. You know, I've had the young calf, now I want the ball sort of situation. So Cleary's made an appearance, and I'm glad he came to the party. You know, let's go. Moving on to the not. Michael Maguire, had no idea who he was, being 100% honest.
Oh, shit.
I googled NRL coaches, and he was shocking. So
You have
He
no
was
idea. who he
eye-openly-
All you know about him is that you wouldn't fuck him.
I'd walk straight past him 110%. Ricky Stewart. I think it's more. It was more in my heart than it was in my eye. Like I wouldn't touch Ricky Stewart in all honesty.
No.
And yeah, just I don't want to talk. Yeah. No, Ricky Stewart's a no from me. That's a red hot no. Wayne Bennett. Look, there's a bit of There's a bit of history with myself and Wayne Bennett with the Broncos. I'm an ex-Broncos fan, as we all know. Well, at least the boys know. And thanks, Will.
Thanks, Will.
The cuck.
Elliott from the hospital bed.
Yeah. Anyway, back to
Go on.
back to the coaches. Wayne Bennett at the bottom. Just goes. Nah, it's a no from me. He's too old.
1,000 years old. He's about 1,000.
If he was 10 years older and I was 20 years younger, maybe.
He's
know,
got a
but not.
Clint Eastwood kind of deal about him. I don't think if he's going to get into my bed, it'd definitely be through like some kind of cowboy angle. I think he's definitely a notable mention for me.
Wayne Bennett, he could probably help the Cowboys because they're a bit of a mess, aren't they? I get it.
Yeah, they are. Yeah. They are. No, three in a row, mate.
One
win out of the 8.
Very good.
One win out of the 8. One win out of the 8. Anyway, on the same amount of points as Newcastle, I'm pretty sure.
All right, Becca, who you fucking dog?
This is who I'm fucking. All right, number 1.
I thought I was on the Cleary train. You're fucking
numero uno, and I'd love to tell you why. I like an arrogant man.
Please don't.
And Ivan Cleary, at the moment, just like his team, is an arrogant man. I see him at the West when he was at the West Tigers last year. He was coaching the Panthers. He's blowing kisses at all the fans that were jeering. I love that shit. He's also like, obviously Nathan looks a lot like him, but if I could change Nathan, I'd maybe bring his jaw up a little bit. Ivan doesn't have that.
Yeah, like at least 100 mil.
I'm not saying Nathan's not hot, but Ivan doesn't have that, and he's got a beautiful set of hair on him as well. Anyway,
can I just say Ivan's missus must be a sort because
she has to be. There's no way she's not.
But that's not about this segment.
Congratulations, Ivan, if you're listening, on your missus that we're assuming is a sort. Trent Barrett. Enough said from the boys. He would take care of you. I'm putting him in there as like two sides of the coin because Ivan would not take care of you. You wouldn't bring him to your mum,
I wouldn't want him to.
No.
We've spent a lot of energy thinking about which coaches we'd fuck. I'm just going to put.
Yeah, I spent all afternoine at least.
I was at the airport today. Carry on, Becca. I got nothing to add.
Todd Payton, I've splashed in Josh Hannay just because of the Cowboys relation. Josh Hannay, I don't know if he's ever going to get a full-time coaching gig. Surely, though, if he's been dragged down to Cronulla, I think he was good with the Cows last week. I also think he's good-looking. Big fan when he played. Also, and Todd Payton, those eyes. Down to my bottom 3, I put Des Hasler down there just because he looks like he doesn't – like you can just – you could smell Des Hasler by looking at him, and it's just Old Spice. He's just not for me. I actually wasn't aware of how good looking he was back then, but that's when he
bring
was
up the
playing.
footage, please. Just one more time. One more time. There
he is. But
come on.
Unfortunately, we're talking about coaches.
Are you
not
kidding?
Players, so
I can't.
Anyway. Michael Maguire. The reason I put Michael Maguire down there is obviously he's not very good looking, but at the same time, no one wants him because he's going to be broke soon. I think he's getting sacked. No one wants no broke man. I want a man that can pay my bills and shout me down, take me out. Michael Maguire. Good chance he might not be able to do that soon. Kevy Walters. Kevy Walters up next. I don't hate Kevy, but he's a fucking tryhard. I reckon he'd be good for about 30 seconds and then that'd be the end of him. No one likes a tryhard. I don't hate him as a person, but sexually, those are my grievances.
I could not see us having chemistry, me and old Kev.
No. Yeah. So number 16. Notable mentions I already did. I wanted to say Wayne Bennett. Just wheel back the clock a bit, maybe. Anyway.
Yeah.
Back. I noticed no Craig Bellamy though. Anyone thinking about Craig Bellamy? Where did you have Craig Bellamy, Scott?
I had number 5, success. He's a successful man. A little angry for my liking, but success and power.
Can we rip apart Elliott because he's not here? We can talk shit.
Yeah, for sure. Oh, he did a full 16
no surprises there. No surprises.
Ivan Cleary made the 10.
Wow.
Michael Maguire. Okay, so Michael Maguire is consistently not a sort.
Arthur, number 3. What a dark horse.
Des Hasler 12. What the fuck? You guys aren't seeing what I'm seeing.
No, we're not.
Trent Barrett. So that's okay. So Trent Barrett is okay. He has to be the clear winner of Sexiest
Trent's
coaches.
sexiest coach in the NRL.
I think so.
I think that's
definitely.
clear front. Yeah,
Todd Payton has done well for himself.
he has.
Yeah.
Who was who was, before we move on, who was a Cronulla coach? He was a bit of a sort too.
Yeah,
Something
John Morris.
John Morris.
John Morris.
Yeah, let's move on before we get carried away.
So,
we talking about?
Should we talk about your dinner?
I don't want him to.
Few things happened in NRL this week. This bloke's apparently, I don't know how official it is, but he's signed to go to the Sharks. I can't help but think it's a big loss for the Bunnies. I don't know what you think. Surely they've got something cooking behind the doors, because you wouldn't just let this bloke go unless you didn't.
I can't get for the light. Like, there's something that we're missing here, because I get that he's older, and he probably wants 2 to 3 year contract. But I can't. Who are they going to replace him with? That's what I'm lacking to see. So the only thing that I can think of is they're not willing to gamble more than a year. Maybe there's some injury stuff going on there that we don't know about. He has had a lot of injuries before.
I reckon that's highly likely.
We know Wayne likes to wreck a roster before he leaves, so maybe Wayne's leaving.
He's just lighting fires, taking the whole thing. Maybe he's going to be the Sharks coach.
Oh, Wayne. Pistol Wayne.
As he's going out the door. But I mean, he's one of the best kickers in the game. So I just don't get why you wouldn't hold him.
Yeah, and he's having an unreal season too. He's one of the best we've seen.
But I definitely think he's past his prime.
Yeah,
physically, but game management wise, I think he might be in the best of his prime.
What is he going to mentor the younger players as they come through? Is he going to do like a Cooper Cronk or something like that? Or
I don't know what's at the Sharks for him to do that with, but
you thought of him.
It's a nice spot to wind down your career.
Yeah. Anyway, this fella went to the Cows too. Another one, I guess. Lots of people are criticizing the Broncos, but no one really knows what they're doing behind closed doors. But
do we know how much
that club
the
anyway?
Broncos are the boxing bag of the comp.
It's easy, isn't it? Musical chairs with the halves. Milford's back this week. Deardon gone.
I think it's just because they've always been a top team. Like, when you look at what
that's going to be hard for you to say. Shit.
Yeah. Anyway, everyone just throw the boot in. Anyway, let's move on to some roughies, eh?
Well, the other one too that you're missing with the Sharkies is they just signed Will Chambers as well. I think he's lining up to play at centre this week. So I'll be interested to see how he goes.
But he punched someone.
Position.
Didn't he get suspended?
Again?
Oh, okay. I'm thinking back. He punched someone in New South Wales Cup or whatever he was playing.
Oh, really? Well, he was
any suspension though.
He was named to play, so unless I've missed something since,
maybe he's all good then.
But I'll be interested to see how he goes because he's a good defensive centre. So that'll be interesting to see how he lines up for him.
Yeah. Righto. All right, let's move on to some roughies then, hey?
Put the house on Chelsea winning, eh?
I'd get behind what Paul's saying.
I don't know anything about that sport, so I know nothing.
You know nothing.
He
seems convincing.
Hang on a second.
Oh, yep. So I thought,
Holy shit.
What really psyched me up for this one again was I like picking the outside games of the week and then picking try scorers on that as well. So I know that the Raiders lost last week, but I also wasn't very happy with how the Rabbits played. I think that first half Raiders side, if they can put that together for 70 to 80 minutes, I think they can win the game. So I've got them with Whiten and Rapana. I think Sea Eagles at $5. I'm very interested to watch this game because the Panthers are clearly the best team in the comp, but they have been coasting the last few weeks, and Manly are hot to trot at the moment. So I'll be very interested to see them playing an in-form side. I'm not suggesting they'll win, but at $5.50 they were paying when I put this on, I think it's worth a punt. And obviously, if they win, Trbojevic is absolutely scoring a try. So I've got him in there as well with Garrick, who is their left winger, pretty confident left winger. So that, and then to round it out, I got the Cowboys with Kyle Felt. I think if I can get through that first part of this roughie, mate, we'll be singing. I'll be cashing out first, but then we'll be swinging after
Some
that.
fat, juicy odds of $1,145.53.
That isn't the worst. Hey? Like I actually, minus the North Queensland Cowboys Kyle Felt situation.
So it's funny you said that. I actually put this
That's
multi
nice.
again with just the top section of it because the last thing I want to do is pick Raiders and Manly to win and then my home side fuck it up for me. So I have put this on separate without the Cowboys as well.
What are those odds out of curiosity?
It was good. It was like 400 and something. So it was still, juicy odds.
It'd be about a third of it.
Yeah, it was. I think it was 400 or something like that. Yeah. So it wasn't too bad.
Yeah,
copy that. That's
good. Nice one. I'll be jumping on. All right, Matt's Ruffy.
Oh, this is a tight one.
My Ruffy, quite conservative, man. It's been I think since round 3, since I've brought home the bacon, so we're hungry at the Orr residence. So kicking it off is you can probably see a trend here. We've got, I guess what you could call fullback season minus Harry Grant. Harry Grant, much like Becca was saying with his lock, freak, like the talent. But, yeah, we'll see what happens. I just want him to cross because it's more of I just like the kid. I want him to do well. Then I've just stacked it with a whole bunch of fullbacks. Gutho against the Bulldogs. Shocking team. Disgrace. Yeah. Kalen Ponga. If anyone's going to cross against Sydney Roosters, it's probably going to be Ponga.
Good point.
Reece Walsh playing 6 this week for the Warriors. Now, hopefully, I'm hoping him and Tuivasa Schnack can just link up and, go across and get the meat pie for the boys.
Yeah, he's in because Tuivasa. RTS.
Yeah, what's this? He stepped aside, right?
Put him over. Yeah.
Yeah. I guess you could say he's in debt, so maybe cross for the boys. Divorce.
Yeah.
Little Cody Ramsey. Don't mind the kid. I usually bet on Lomax or Dufty, and I was feeling a bit risky this week, so I threw the old Ramsey health in there. So group together, we'll get you $61.9 return. Come on.
Very nice.
Conservative, but
I think if Harry Grant crosses on that, mate, you'll be going into the rest of the week pretty confident, I think.
I reckon Harry Grant and maybe Ramsey, my only question marks. How do you guys structure? Hey?
I said winger against the Tigers. If you get the hooker to score from there, it's all downhill.
All right. On to my Ruffy.
Fucking hell. So your Ruffy came in second.
No, not yet. You haven't seen Elliott's. So let's just chill out.
Okay. Sorry. I spoke too soon.
Just to kick us off, looking for an easy first leg down. Alex Johnson for 1 try. $1.73 for that. Next up, Olam, 2 tries against the Sharks. As we've said before, it doesn't like passing, so score. And David Fafita with another double. I know I'm asking a bit much of the man, but I think he's got it in him. Definitely against who are they? They're definitely against the Broncos. They're just soft in the middle.
Ain't on the edges.
I like some fruit. I like some rotten fruit. Yeah. Next up, Jerome Luai. Just any time against Manly. I know everyone thinks Manly's hot, but I don't think they're going to be that hot this weekend. Ponga, as you said before, if anyone's going to score for the Knights, it's probably going to be him. And then Felt to anchor it out. I said I was going to bet on Felt next time the Cows are at home, but I don't know. I feel like he's on. He hasn't scored many tries this year, so he's due. And that gets you 1,073. Normally, I'm the fattest odds of the day. Often my locks beat your roughies, but not today. And thank God this bloke isn't here to defend himself. I think he's not really sick. He's faking it because he threw this shit out this week. He doesn't want to be here because he's always been the first one to roast me. We've got $2,494.80.
That's just taking the piss, really.
Yeah, this is how he probably got sick, was putting this on. Jack White, $3. Cam Munster up next. Jerome Luai. Curtin Mann, $5. That's good money, but it is against the Roosters. Scotty Drinkwater, $4. Corey Norman, $4.50. It is a multi of 5/8. If you weren't, if you didn't know.
And I thought it was fullback season, but clearly Lovejoy had other thoughts. Corey Norman, I like that one. I have a feeling he'll cross.
That amount of odds, like 6 legs for that odds, is actually not too bad. But you're talking about 6 5/8. I mean, that's just outrageous.
Yeah. We'll see. Alrighty, boys. We done?
Looks like we're wrapping up. Any more sports news or?
No, I think we're good to go. Alrighty, we'll see you next week. Thank you. Bye-bye.
Thank you.
See you, motherfucker.